welcome to part 2 of reviewing all the 2024 horror adjacent movies that I watched. We are specifically talking about 2024 releases. If you have not seen part 1, make sure to go check it out because those are the movies that we reviewed from 83 to 41. Yes, I watched 83 horror 2024 releases. In total, I watched, I think, 122 movies is what I said. But out of those 122, 83 of those were horror/horror adjacent. So we left off on number 40. So at number 40, I have Late Night with the Devil. This one I know is in a lot of people's top 10s. Unfortunately, it did not make my top 10, but I still had so much fun with this one. I think this one is a great watch. I know it came out earlier in 2024. Just a fun time. At number 39, I have Subservience. This was another AI movie, but this is definitely one of the better AI movies that came out in 2024. Megan Fox did absolutely amazing playing a robot. She's never not amazing, so what do we expect? Still very typical AI movie, still very predictable, but one of the better ones that came out. At number 38, I have Don't Move. This was one of the Netflix thriller horror movies that came out, and this one was fun. I liked the cast in it, and I didn't have too many complaints watching it. Didn't really have too many high expectations, and it just kind of met what I expected, I guess. At number 37, I have Guess Who. I believe this was another to-be original, but this one surprised me. I actually pretty much liked it for the most part. I had two people, actors that are from, so that was fun to see them back playing a different role, but in a horror movie still. At number 36, I have Milk and Cereal. This one was a surprise, one of the surprises of the year. The movie dropped on YouTube. It was a found footage, low budget, independent movie that honestly very much surprised me. I did not know what to expect, but when I heard everyone reviewing it, I knew I had to check it out, and I personally really liked it. Credit to those guys to do what they did because that is awesome. At number 35, I have Destroy All Neighbors. This was a horror comedy that I had so much fun with, and that I would say if you're getting into horror, definitely check this out because this is definitely more comedy than horror, but just a movie to have fun with. At number 34, I have Night Shift. This one pleasantly surprised me. I really, really enjoyed this movie. It gives a very 2000s horror and 2AT, which I personally love 2000s horror, so I was not mad about that. I was like, is this a slasher? Is this a supernatural? Where are you going with this? And I don't want to give anything away, but if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. At number 33, I have Watchers. I know a lot of people kind of let down about this movie. I didn't really have any expectations going into it. I did watch it at home though when it was available to rent or buy, and it was okay. It was just kind of there. It wasn't like, oh my god, this is the best movie of the year, or oh my god, this is the worst movie of the year. It's decent. It's a decent watch. At number 32, I have Tarot. I feel like a lot of people did not like this one, and I am one of the few people that actually had fun with it. It gave very Final Destination vibes. Just overall, such a fun watch. I don't really have too many complaints about it. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it. It's a fun PG-13 movie. At number 31, I have Last Night at Terrace Lanes. This one was entertaining. I watched it kind of earlier in the year, but pretty entertaining for the most part. Definitely recommend for people that want to just throw something on that they don't really have to think too much about. At number 30, I have Maxine. Maxine closed out our X trilogy. I think I'm one of the few people that actually preferred Maxine over Pearl. I personally like the movie. I think X is definitely the best one, but I did like all three of them, and I know people were disappointed in Maxine. I was not disappointed, so I enjoyed it. At number 29, I had Daddy's Head. I actually wish this one I could have seen in theaters. I think it was only shown in theaters at the Fantastic Festival, but I did watch this one when it came out on Shudder. This one had some pretty good jump scares. I wouldn't say it was the most scariest movie of 2024, but it had good jump scares. At number 28, I have Your Monster. This is a rom-com horror movie that I thought was so cute. I thought Melissa Brewer did amazing in her role. This is definitely very more romantic comedy than anything though, but I had no complaints because I just absolutely loved the story of it. At number 27, I have Abigail. This is another one I didn't really have too much expectations going into it, but I liked it. I had fun with it, which I am a little bit like kind of like a mix when it comes to monster movies. I don't love monster movies, but I don't despise them either. They're just there. But this one, it was fun. It was fun. At number 26, I have Elevation. This is definitely more thriller than anything, but the monsters remind me a lot of A Quiet Place, so I threw it into the horror movies. And I liked it. I got a screening to this one, and I might be a little biased because I think this was the first screener I got in since I started my horror page, so it does kind of warm up the heart a little bit. I actually really liked it, very suspenseful, and I would love to kind of get like a prequel of this movie because I'd love to know more about these monsters and like how they came. At number 25, I have Nosferatu. This did not make my top 10. However, I liked this movie a lot more than I thought I would. As I said before, I'm not a monster movie type of person. I don't know much of the origin story of Nosferatu, but I actually really enjoyed it. It was beautiful cinematography. I thought the pacing was perfect. I didn't think it was too fast. I didn't think it was too slow. I thought it was just right. At number 24, I have Stream. I was really excited for this one. It's from the same producers as Terrifier 2 and 3. I had to check it out, and David Howard Thornton is in it as well, and you could definitely see his little, like, art come out in him in this movie, but overall very much enjoyed it. The kills were very creative. At number 23, I have Woman of the Hour. This is another horror adjacent film. I personally really liked it with Anna Kendrick. I thought she did a spectacular job, and if you have not seen it, this is one I definitely recommend. At number 22, I have Mr. Crockett. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I really enjoyed it. Definitely give, like, if Mr. Rogers turned into, like, some kind of horror movie or something. At number 21, I have Cuckoo. This was by Neon, and I feel like Neon did their thing. They made their mark this year in 2024, and I cannot wait to see where they go with their movies. It's like Blumhouse A24 move over, because here comes Neon, and they're coming in hot. I really liked Cuckoo. I thought it was fun. I don't know if I fully understood the movie, but I really liked it. At number 20, I have Immaculate. Sydney Sweeney did absolutely incredible, and I very much enjoyed it. This came out kind of like in the springtime when we started to get some good horror releases going. That's when 2024 started to pick up, because before that we were kind of getting miss after miss, and then boom, we got good stuff. At number 19, I have Lisa Frankenstein. I really liked Lisa Frankenstein. I really liked the cast. I thought they all did incredible. Beautiful cinematography. At number 18, I have The Strangers Chapter 1. I know what you're thinking. I have this very high compared to a lot of people. A lot of people put it super low on their list. Listen, I'm one of those people that I am holding out hope that Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 are going to be better. I keep telling myself this is a 3-part movie. This movie is not just Chapter 1. So they had to take Chapter 1 and kind of make it like we need to retell this whole story again. Was it the greatest? Was it their best idea? Maybe not, but I'm holding out hope that 2 and 3 will be better. And I know I'm one of the few people that are, but I have faith in you. At number 17, I have The First Omen. I'm a big Omen fan, and I was very excited for this one, and I'm so glad it did well. And it's definitely one that I do recommend to people, and I actually want to watch again because I haven't watched it since it came out. But I love The First Omen. At number 16, I have A Quiet Place Day 1. I'm a big Quiet Place fan, I would say. I loved both movies, and I was excited for the third one. And I liked that this one had a trailer that didn't really give too much away compared to other trailers that we've seen that kind of gave away too much. At number 15, I have Long Legs. Either really love it or you really hated it. I'm one of the people that really liked it. My mom is one of the people that very much did not like it. But I thought it was genuinely creepy. Nicolas Cage did an amazing job as usual. At number 14, I have Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, I just thought this was such a fun, nostalgic sequel. I love that we got the old cast back. I think Jenna Ortega fits so perfectly with the cast. I really liked Beetlejuice. There's not much bad I could say about it, to be honest. At number 13, I have Departing Seniors. I really liked this movie, and it actually really surprised me how much I liked it. I think it was one of those you just went straight to rent or buy. It didn't come out in theaters or anything. It was so fun. It gives me like totally killer, freaky, like those kind of vibes. If you like those type of movies, I think you will really like Departing Seniors. At number 12, I have Strange Darling. This was a horror thriller movie that came out that, again, kind of got a little bit of mixed reviews, but I personally really liked it. It was such a creative way to do a cat and mouse movie. I like that they told it out of order and you kind of like put the pieces together as the movie went on. At number 11, I have Kato Lake. This was the Dylan O'Brien movie that came out. That was kind of like one of those time loop movies, and I love time loop movies. I love movies that just confuse the fuck out of you, that make you sit there and go, I don't know what's happening, but I kind of like it. I really did not understand the movie until it ended. I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, okay. I see. This movie worked for me, but it's definitely a movie you have to pay attention to. Now we are moving into the top 10. We are almost done. We are on our final stretch, guys. At number 10, I have Heretic. This is a very heavy dialogue movie. Another cat and mouse movie that I really enjoyed. At number 9, I have a Tubi original, Low Lives. This one was a surprise for a lot of people. I don't know if it ended up making a lot of people's top 10s. It did make mine though. I love the twist. I was mind blown. I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe a Tubi movie just blew me out of the waters, and I cannot believe it's number 9 on my list. At number 8, I have The Substance. I loved The Substance. Such a powerful message. Such a great body horror. I even watched it with my husband. He really enjoyed it. I didn't think he was going to. At number 7, I have Speak No Evil. I will say I am one of the people that prefer the ending from the original Speak No Evil, but I knew Blumhouse, I knew mainstream horror was not going to go that dark and give us the original ending. However, I do think they did cross some stuff that I was like, okay, Blumhouse, like, you're not afraid to go there. Like, when he chucked that kid into the lake, oh my god. I was like, oh. Even I watched it with my mom and she gasped. She was like, At number 6, I have Never Let Go. I feel like this one a lot of people don't really talk about. I really liked it. I love that this movie kind of leaves you up to interpret how you think it went. Was it all in her head? Was it not? Is what she said is true? And like, we still don't even know after the movie ended. At number 5, I have Blink Twice. This one, I guess, isn't really labeled as horror, but I think it's horror adjacent for sure. I think it's a psychological horror. And wow, this one blew me out of the waters. I did not know what to expect with Channing Tatum in a horror movie, but he did excellent. Story of it, wow. Just, if you haven't seen it, I recommend. At number 4, I have It's What's Inside. This was another Netflix psychological horror that, look, when I watched it, I was on a plane, it was on my little phone, I had my headphones in, and I was locked in. This is a movie you need to pay attention to, just like you need to pay attention to Kato Lake. You could get lost in this movie if you do not pay attention to it. Highly, highly recommend. I really liked this movie. I loved what they did. At number 3, I have Terrifier 3. I am a big Terrifier fan. I actually think I liked 3 more than 1 and 2. I'm excited to see what they do with the 4th one. You either love it or you hate it, okay? And I love it. At number 2, I have Smile 2. I'm a big Smile fan. I think Smile is my top movie of 2022. So it's no surprise that Smile 2 made it in my top 10. It is a surprise that it didn't make number 1. I think the sequel did good, and I'm excited for there to be a 3rd one. And at number 1, we made it to the end. Number 1, I have Oddity. This is one that I didn't know was coming out until that month. I believe that did come out. And holy shit, this movie did actually scare me. It had me looking in the dark corners of my room. Yeah, I really liked Oddity. Such a good ghost story. Oddity, top horror movie of the year for me personally. And that is 83 movies. I have a goal in 2025 to watch 100 2025 releases. So let's see if I could do it. I got to 83 this year. I think I could do 100. So stay to the end. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to hit the bell so you get notified for my next ranking, deep dive, whatever video it is. Until next time, spooky friends.